Hello again guys, it's Carly from the Poetry of Nice, and today I have a haul video for you guys, and it's another like epic rummage sale haul. So I hit up a rummage sale and then I went to an estate sale and I picked up several items at each, more than several, let's be real. And I've actually already started listing and bagging it, so you're gonna have to bear with me a little bit. This actually was a rummage sale a week and a half ago now. It's just taken me this long to sit down with all these items and film the haul for you guys. So actually I already have had several items sold, and like I said, I spent about $35 on everything I have here, and I have two baskets like this full of items, and then I have a giant tote as well full of things. And let me look here. I've already made my money back for sure, and I'm already starting to just get into pure net profit at this point. So even though there's not a lot of brand names in here, there's not a lot of like, you know, big shiny pieces and stuff, it absolutely is worth doing for me because my price point is so low. The pieces are interesting that I find, and yeah, it's really easy to make some profit on that stuff. Very quickly though, if you are new here, welcome. It is so nice to have you. This is a channel all about reselling online. I sell on eBay, Etsy and Poshmark, and I do so while being a work-at-home, stay-at-home mother. And on this channel you're going to find everything from haul videos like this one to sales videos showing you how much these items actually sell for, as well as tutorials, how-tos, day in the lives, and all kinds of other fun stuff in between. So if that sounds interesting to you, I would love it if you would hit subscribe, and don't forget to say hi in the comments as well so I can say hello back. Alright, let's get stuck in. There's no polite way to go about this. I'm gonna have to crinkle, I'm sorry. Like I said, a lot of these items are bagged for my inventory already, so I'm gonna have to open them up and show you them, but here we go. Alright, first item is a really cool pair of Eddie Bauer vintage jeans. These are the classic fit, very 90s. So they are high rise. High rise I believe is like 11 inches and above. Don't quote me, Google it to double check. But these are a 12-inch rise, so they're definitely high rise. They could also be classed as mom jeans in terms of keywords. They have a very light, almost acid wash with this like dark area at the side there as well, and they have a tapered leg where it's not straight but it's not skinny, it just kind of like tapers down to the ankle. So really cool, like leather patch there on the back. Let me go ahead and show you the older label there. There's a couple of like little marks and things like that, and there's definitely some wear to the seat. Everything has been disclosed with close-up photos and things like that, but overall such a cool classic style. All right, next piece. So this is Ralph Lauren Sport, which for 50 cents I will grab because I like the style. It's a classic button down with a hot pink and white stripe, which I think is really nice for Easter and stuff coming up. But I really like the like pony polo logo here. It's very oversized and it's embroidered. I just think that that's a nice look on the shirt, so I went ahead and grabbed that. Probably looking at like anywhere between like $15 to $18 for that piece, but again, 50 cents into it, it's worth my time, I think. Okay, this piece I love, and I can already tell you it's going to be a long tail item, but somebody somewhere will end up loving it, I'm sure. So it is a vintage cheerleader jacket. It's also like a varsity kind of bomber jacket, like a, I think it's nylon, fitted there at the waist, and it's not like specific to a team, which is good. So it's just Young Champions Cheer, and then it has like the monogram on the back there, and it's all embroidered and stuff, so it's definitely a really nice quality. It's all paper tags inside. It's Holloway words, made in the USA. And like I said, all the fabric content tags and things are all paper inside as well, with some details and things like that. Definitely older, and then like a nice quilted interior. So someone will like that eventually, but I think it will take a little while to sell. I've listed it high, and then I'll just go ahead and gauge interest and drop it as I go. These can't go wrong for 50 cents. They're patent leather, and then like leather body, almost like a snakeskin style print to it, and they're Calvin Klein, and they have a, oh hello, there we go, and actually have a style name and stuff inside as well. I think they're the Serena, if I remember correctly. I think they're a size 8, and just a really nice classic pump for work. So I think I put them up for about $25. Of course I will adjust accordingly and take best offers. Of course I will. All right, next item. I love this piece. Again, I don't think the camera's going to do the color justice. It is such a bright, bold teal. Like, it looks really blue here, but it definitely has some green to it in real life. So beautiful. The brand is Kaylin. This is, after doing some research, this appears to be one of their vintage pieces with like the vintage logo and stuff. And they usually do like ski wear. This is more of a track jacket, but I have also put the word ski in the title because that's what they're known for the most part, as far as I can tell, is their ski wear. And it's a size medium. I think it might be a men's medium, but it definitely has like a unisex fit. So I've just kind of called it unisex, but put measurements and made sure to direct people to measurements since it doesn't specify on the label there. All right, this is something new for me. I got 2 pairs. They are the same size. They actually have already sold, but they're waiting for payment. You know what it's like. They're in limbo right now on eBay. But the brand is True Spec. So each was 50 cents. I think they've sold for like $23 for the pair of them plus the shipping. But they're actually like EMT or, oh gosh, what else was the keywords? I can't think now. Just kind of like first responder type pants. They're a straight leg. They're a women's size 2. They have cargo pockets. And like I said, it's a lot of 2 exactly the same. So I went ahead and popped them together, and they actually sold, whether or not they pay, we'll see, within a day of listing. So it might be a good workwear brand to look out for. Okay, so this is just another pair of like late 90s, early 2000s jeans. This is just the limited, which is nothing that I get super excited about, but it is an older style. They're a size 8, and they do have that high rise again. I think again this is about 11.5 to 12 inch high rise, high waisted, and they have like a little, it's like a straight leg with like a rolled cuff, light wash. They actually already have quite a few likes. I'm only imagining that I would get somewhere like $15 for these, maybe. We shall see. But any vintage jeans for 50 cents. If they're in good shape, I pretty much grab them. All right, next item. Okay. Here we go. You get to call me a liar now. Lauren Ralph Lauren. Bear in mind this was a week and a half ago, so things have changed a little bit since then, since I put out my brands I'm avoiding video, which I'll go ahead and stick a card up so you can check that out if you want to see why I'm being a hypocrite right now. But it's a men's dress shirt. It's just a navy blue. I think it's a size medium, but it has like the crest, the logo here. For 50 cents I just couldn't really help myself. I'll probably end up getting around $12 to $15 for it. It's just such a sort of standard classic piece though, I suppose. We'll see if it sells. We shall see. There's a reason I don't pick it up very much anymore, so I may have made a bad choice. All right, next item. I actually love picking up this style and this brand. So it's Calvin Klein, which I usually do mostly like career wear or plus size in Calvin Klein, but these like elastic waist cropped cargo pants where they're tabbed and stuff at the bottom do really well for me come spring and summer. So 50 cents, I'll probably end up getting about $15 to $18 out of these, but they're usually a pretty fast flip for me. So I did well last year. I'm going to keep picking them up for now. All right, some more denim here now. Another pair of jeans. So this is Torrid. This is an older label, Torrid. The newer label is like black and white and a lot more sleek and like minimalist looking. This is a lot more busy. But they're a size 16 and they are a wide flare leg in a dark wash. So again, for 50 cents, it's absolutely worth my time picking these up, I think. Again, probably somewhere between $15 to $20. None of these items are going to help me retire. It was not that kind of rummage sale this time. Sometimes I come out of there and I just do so well with items that'll bring in like $30, $40, $50 each. And sometimes I come away with stuff that's just going to keep my store like ticking over essentially. And that's kind of what this rummage sale was like. But it's worth it. Again, to me, low cost of goods with where I am with my business and trying to get all the debt paid down and all that kind of stuff, it's absolutely worth it to me to get cheap items that I'm going to be able to sell fairly quickly and that I'm familiar with to make the listing process pretty easy. All right, so this is a vintage coat. It's like a burnt orange, dark red kind of color. I really liked it. So it's a wool blend. It's a single button, so it's definitely like an older style. I think I dated it from the 70s when I was looking. It's unbranded, but it has such a nice like pleated detail on the shoulder and the front here, and then all the back has a pleated detail as well. I thought that was really, really nice and like classic. So 50 cents. I'm gonna go ahead and grab that. Again, I expect that to be a longer tail item, but I'm okay with that. One little baseball hat. I think this is actually an older piece as well. The tag looks very vintage to me. Tell me what you think. Nissan. It's a mesh strap back with, this is Velcro or hook and loop. If you're on eBay, don't use Velcro, you'll get told off. And it's embroidered Mazda navy blue. Like I said, it's like vented mesh. I don't know, maybe $15, we'll see. All right, so this piece is Talbot's. It's a petite, which I usually stay away from, but again, beggars can't always be choosers when you're at a filler bag. And it's a size small. It's a silk blend, which is why I grabbed it, and it's perfect for like Valentine's. So it's like a very thin knit silk sweater, and then as you can see here, it's almost like, let me tuck that tag in so you can see a bit better. It's almost like it's Asian. Like Asian inspired, so it has like a Mandarin style collar with this keyhole neck here, and then this sort of detail here, and then button, sort of fabric button detail on the cuffs. It's really nice overall, and I feel like it would definitely be appropriate for either a date night or Valentine's or something like that. So I've already got it up with Valentine's in the title. We shall see if it sells. I picked up a tie at the estate sale. I only picked it up because it's a designer brand. Here's Saint Laurent there. It's an older piece. It is a vintage piece. It's like a floral, blue floral print. And I think they were asking like 25 cents for it. So I went ahead and grabbed it. I actually have never sold a necktie on Poshmark before. So I've cross-listed it to Poshmark, even though it's a men's item. I'm trying to include a few more men's items over there. And we shall see. The comps weren't amazing. I think I've listed it for maybe like $25 or something like that. I'm not sure. And I'm expecting to make maybe like 15 to 20, but time will tell. All right, so these shoes I thought were amazing. They're mules, and interesting brand. So first of all, they're like a woven fabric tapestry. And I grabbed them because when I looked at them, they are all leather soles, which is usually a sign of pretty good quality. And this is the brand Matisse. So during my research, I found loads of this exact pair of shoes. They're 6.5s, by the way, in case you're wondering. So here's the thing. The comps, the sold comps, they went anywhere from like $20 to $25 up to like $60 to $80, depending on if people had put the words free people in the title. This brand, Matisse, is actually, they have done like collaborations where they've been sold at Free People before. However, there's a line, Matisse Coconuts, I think. That's the one that's being featured currently on their website. And this, from all of my research, this appears to be like an older line. Like we're talking like 90s, early 2000s, like some people would refer to as vintage line. I don't think, now I could be wrong, I don't think this exact shoe with this exact label was sold at Free People. Mostly I can't prove it. There's nothing that I can find as a reference point from Free People themselves that tells me that this exact shoe was sold at Free People. So while I was sat there listing, and I thought, oh, I could put Free People in and I could technically, you know, maybe double the amount of money I can make, I just can't. I can't do that without having proof. I don't feel like that's the right thing to do personally. Now, I'm not saying that the people who listed these as Free People didn't have proof. Maybe they had done better research or they just knew something I don't. I'm not calling them dishonest. I'm just saying that I myself hadn't come across that evidence, as it were, and so I don't feel comfortable listing something as though it's a certain brand or associated with a certain brand without knowing for sure. I hope that makes sense. So I went ahead and listed without those keywords, but I like the style anyway. First of all, it's a mule, which is very much in, and then it has this chunky block heel. The tapestry is so cute. I had like boho and festival and things in my title. Like, it's a very boho style, which I can see why people would associate it with Free People, absolutely. So 50 cents, let's find out what they sell for. I think they will sell on style alone for a good amount, so I'm not going to worry too much about those keywords. Alright, so these are just some vintage like 90s workout pants, Reebok tag, and they are like track pants, stretchy with like a ruched, not jogger, it almost has like a ruching to it at the bottom, and they're actually zippered ankles. Let's grab those, and maybe 15 to 20, we shall see. This I think is a youth boys. It's spider, but it has so much wear on it. So it's a fleece with like a paneling to it. Here is the logo, but there's a lot of wear to the logo as well. Spider is like an outdoorsy brand, like an outdoor sports brand kind of thing. Like I said, it was a fleece. A couple of little marks, just some lint and stuff like that. Overall, it's in good condition. Like, it'll keep you warm, it's wearable, but cosmetically, it's just had a little bit of a run for its money, I think. So I disclosed all that. All right, another pair of jeans, not a brand I would usually pick up, but for 50 cents. The style is what grabbed me. It's Jennifer Lopez, but it is a boyfriend cut, which is okay. Oh, if you can see, there we go. But I really liked it because the amount of distressing, it was very, very nice distressing on the legs. And like I said, this boyfriend cut, I think that it's a size 2, so it's a smaller size, but overall it's just a really nice pair of jeans. So again, I grabbed them. I'm trying to think, I think I listed them for $25. The comps had a lot of range to them, anywhere from 15 to 25, but I went ahead and listed them on the higher end so that I can be pretty forthcoming with offers, whether accepting them or sending them out. Okay, I grabbed a belt at the estate sale as well, just because I thought it was so cool. It is an older piece. It's genuine leather. It's a size XL. It's a woman's belt, but it has a really nice, like, brass buckle with. Oh, it's not going to work, is it? There you go, like really ornate. And then this band is really, really cool. It definitely screams 90s to me, almost like a Southwest feel, like a green leather. So it was about 25 cents there as well, I think, because everything was half price at this point. So I went ahead and grabbed that, and it's already got quite a few likes. Speaking of likes, these have been received quite well so far on Poshmark in terms of like interaction and things like that. They are, as far as I can tell, a no-name brand. They're an older piece. I don't think they've ever necessarily been worn, looking at the bottoms. However, they do have a couple of small flaws. There's a little nick there on the back, and then just like a tiny little one there. So those are obviously disclosed, but they are this plaid like block heel loafer with the bow and the stitch detail, and I grabbed these thinking these are either really lame or really cool. So far they've got quite a lot of likes. I think that they're really cool, so we will see if somebody else out there agrees. Okay, another vintage piece here. So this is the Charlotte Hornet. So I think when I dated the tag, and what you can do is you can just put in the sports team, and you can put in their logo history is usually the keywords that I use, and that will most likely take you somewhere. There's a few different websites out there. I won't like cite a specific one, but where you can actually see how their logo changes throughout the years. It'll give you sort of time periods when those logos were used, so you can really use that to try and date a piece based on the actual graphics that are there. It's by The Game, which is fairly common when it comes to vintage sportswear. Size extra large, made in the USA. Unfortunately, there is some flaws to the graphics. As you can see here, there's some splitting to it, which is such a shame, but I have styled this in a way that I think is really cool, with rolled cuffs and like a tied front and stuff, and I think that the photo came out really nicely, personally, and so we'll see how it does. Okay, on to the tote. Okay. You're going to be like, what is she buying when I show you this? I'm buying what's available. That is the moral of the story. Okay, so the brand is Solas. Oh Lord, forgive me, I don't know how to pronounce that, but it's a woman's button down. I think it's an extra large, maybe. Yeah, we'll see, maybe. But it has flamingos and like little rhinestones all over it. You know. It's novelty. But I actually looked at this exact shirt on eBay, and it had sold for, oh gosh, anywhere between like $18 and $25. A few of them had gone, so I figured it was in good condition. I may as well just head and grab it, and we'll see what we can do with that. Not usually the type of stuff I would pick up, I don't think, but the comps were okay, so I thought I'd give it a try. This is Maine Boca pure cashmere. Now I probably butchered that as well, I'm sorry. There's the label. It's a size small, but now hopefully when I photograph it I don't eat my words, but I looked it over really carefully. I don't think there's any holes, which is like the holy grail when it comes to cashmere. Long sleeve, beautiful shawl neck is what I want to call this. And it has like a faux pearl detailing on the button. Just a really nice red sweater. Obviously would have been absolutely perfect for holiday time. I'm still going to grab it. Okay, this jacket for Cynthia. I am not familiar with this brand at all. I don't think it's a vintage piece, but I looked at comps. I really liked it. So it has like a wool body, wool blend body, and then a faux leather sleeve. It's definitely a very sort of like classic modern structured style to it, almost like a moto style kind of, but I decided to go ahead and grab it because it's an XL and the comps didn't look too bad. Even if I can squeeze 20 to 25 out of it plus shipping, I'll be fairly happy. All right, what's next? Okay, not a brand I know, definitely a vintage piece, size 6, Claude. I don't know, see that older tag there, that paper tag. I often go by like the texture of the tags. If it is paper, what I'm referring to there, you can see all that texture. It is literally like paper. That often gives me a clue that it's an older piece as well. So it's a no-name brand, but it's a high-waisted black skirt with a sort of wide pleat all the way down. I would call it a midi, maybe even almost a maxi. It's pretty damn long. I'll have to measure it. These types of skirts do fairly well for me because they're very classic. They're great staples, especially in the neutral kind of block colors like black or brown and things like that. And if they are buttoned all the way down, which this one is not, unfortunately, but that tends to be a really good selling feature as well in my experience. Okay, so this is a brand I learned about last year. This is a vintage piece. It's like from the 90s. Protest is the brand, and most of their pieces, it's such a cool label, most of their pieces are silk. I actually found this jacket, this color block jacket. Now the comps don't look super strong, but I found a shirt. It was a bit busier than this, but it was silk again. It was a men's shirt. It's usually menswear, and it sold for like $25 in a week when I found it last year. So once I saw it, I figured I'm going to go ahead and grab it and see if it's still doing well. Like I said, the comps aren't amazing. It has shoulder pads and everything, but for 50 cents and going on prior experience, I figured that I would give it a try. So it's all silk, like I said, color block, almost like a windbreaker style jacket. And then I did find a shirt as well, which, you know what, I think I have some stuff. I left some stuff like tucked away that I haven't showed you. Okay, well, you're just gonna have to bear with me. There's a few items hidden by my laptop ready to be listed, but it's only like 2 or 3, so I think we can get away with it. All right, just a standard pair of Calvin Klein like career pants. They are a size 34 by 32. They're like a straight leg with a pleat, and they have almost like a plaid. It is a plaid really, a plaid print all over, just like a grey brown color. Very nice for career wear and stuff. Good staple pieces. This I grabbed, this is a mystery to me, so it's new with tags, which is part of the reason I grabbed it. It's definitely older. It's Banana Republic. Definitely an older tag. It was originally $52, but it's Banana Republic Safari and Travel Clothing and Company. I have not come across that before. I don't know if anyone else has, but it's this amazing, like oversized, almost like a kind of like a legging look, but it almost makes you think of like a period costume. You know, like Shakespearean almost. It has giant billowing sleeves with all this kind of like pleated work around it, and like I said, very, very oversized. I have no idea what I'm going to do with this thing. I haven't got a clue. I'm going to have to do some research on that and see what all is going on with that, but who could leave that behind when it's that interesting? Okay, so this is apartment 9. Again, not something I would usually pick up, not a high, like well-known high-end brand or whatever by any means. It's size 8, but I grabbed it because it's a very nice, just classic suit jacket blazer, and it's brand new with tags, originally $60. There we go. So, and it has a very nice soft pleat to the bottom. I think it's quite feminine, so stuck it in the bag. Oh, this is exciting. If you've been watching my haul videos for any length of time, you'll know that I found this exact shirt at a thrift store just a few months ago, and it sold for $30. So I went ahead and grabbed it again. It's amazing. It's vintage Disney store. I know that because I just found it. Unfortunately, the labels are all pulled out, but it's all embroidered with like the Fab Five, apart from Daisy, hanging out here. And unfortunately there are just a couple of little bleach marks on the bottom, but I do style my shirts like this for Poshmark and for eBay, honestly, all like tied in the front and stuff, so it won't be seen. Obviously I'll disclose it, but I'll be able to demonstrate how you can wear it without that being an issue, or even tucked into like high-waisted jeans or something. So I loved that shirt the first time I found it. I'm excited that I found it twice. All right, this is Talbot, size 14. It's an older piece made in the USA, 92% wool. That's the old Talbot's tag right there. And I grabbed it because it is a tweed like blazer jacket with a velvet trim. Just a very nice fabric content, a nice like expensive brand, and just a very classic piece. All right, another suit jacket here, Jones New York suit separates, but it's a size 14, which is why I grabbed it. It is a navy blue pinstripe with like shoulder pad structuring. Again, just a nice simple career piece. Another ugly Christmas sweater right here. Don't know anything about the brand necessarily, just it is vintage though, size medium. Just very simple, kind of like a minimalist ugly Christmas sweater, if you will. Got a little bit of embellishment and stuff on it, but I'll grab that and I will just squirrel that away until like September, October of this year. I grabbed these because they are new without tags, still attached together. The brand is Express. These are a faux leather, like a faux suede, but they have like ankle straps to them. Probably looking around 15 to 20, I would imagine, for those. Okay, again, not a brand I'm used to getting, but it was new without tags, we're gonna say, because all it has left is this like itty bitty piece on the side. So I don't have any details that I could share, but it's Rafaela Woman 16W. I usually wouldn't pick this brand up necessarily, but when I looked at comps for like the sort of newer new pieces, new with tags or new without tags, with this like brown dress pant, they actually were pretty damn good, like around $25. So I figured I would try it and learn for myself. Okay, I got another pair of like little flats. These are brown leather with kind of like, it's not tassel, but just like this little detailing with a bow. The brand is Talbot's. Again, that is the slightly older logo, but I think they were a good size. I'm gonna have to look and see what I can see here. Made in Brazil, and not too much wear on the sole. So again, nice standard sort of like career pieces and things like that. I did get a pair of Toms. These are youth Toms. Unfortunately, that's where the size should be, and it's totally gone on both shoes, so I'm gonna have to measure them and do something. But other than that, they're in really nice shape. Nice like kind of multicolored, almost like a rainbow stripe to them. They're not gonna go for much, the kids ones, maybe like 10 bucks or something plus shipping, but again, 50 cents, it's worth grabbing in my opinion. It keeps that store active, keeps everything going. All right, again, Eddie Bauer, but it's a size extra large, so I grabbed it, and it's a nice plaid lightweight shirt. We're coming into spring and summer, people looking for like outdoors wear for, you know, camping and hiking and things, so absolutely that would qualify. So I grabbed that one. This is a weird piece. She says over and over again. So it's the Eagle's Eye, which is a lot of like knitwear and stuff. Usually it's size medium. I couldn't find anything. Oh, go ahead and focus. I couldn't find anything comparable to this exact one online. It's a travel themed. I've sold these before, and they all have like different knitwork and different patterns and prints and all that kind of stuff. But this one has like kind of like the traveling hats like you would wear on a train, you know, a long time ago, and like train cases and things like that, which is really interesting to me. And then the actual buckles on the train cases are actually buckles. It's really interesting. Then at the back it has like a little tie and stuff like that. So being something a little bit different that I couldn't find exactly for a comp, I had to satisfy my my curiosity and see what I could do with that. So Maurice's size 13 to 14 long, just a pair of like standard khaki dress pants, trousers with kind of like a wide leg fit, but that long inseam should do okay. Okay, so this piece is just Tommy Hilfiger. That is the older tag. Most people would class it as vintage. It's very simple. It's not like blaring or anything. It does have the little Tommy flag right here, but it's a size XXL men's. It's a brown and blue striped button-up dress shirt. So again, because of the larger size and stuff, that was probably worth grabbing in my opinion. Chico size 1, which, oh my goodness, I want to say that that's like maybe a medium or something, but it is a pair of black like skinny jeans. They do have a pleating to them, but they do have like a slim skinny fit, so I went ahead and grabbed them because they're in good shape. I grabbed this because we're going to experiment. I used to sell so many of these on Etsy, just like vintage pocketbooks or wallets. I can tell it's vintage, first of all, just by looking at it. But also it's a top grain cowhide, and then a dead giveaway is when you have things like this for like checkbooks and stuff like that, because they're just not really made that way anymore with checkbooks in mind. And sometimes you'll be really lucky and you'll find like some inserts and stuff from, you know, original pieces that'll give you even more information. But it's a really nice, almost like a cornflower periwinkle kind of a blue colour, little zipper on the back there. I used to sell these for about $20 on Etsy. I'll probably list it and see if it still sells on Etsy, and they used to go quickly, but I'm going to try this on Poshmark as well and see how it does, because I'm yet to try vintage wallets there. Alright, an epic ugly Christmas sweater. Can't wait to sell this. So not only does it have all of this amazing detail, including like an actual figural nose and eyes and stuff on the snowman, look how busy this is, but when you turn it round, the snowman has melted. How sad is that? Anyway, this thing's amazing, and I absolutely plan to list this for around $50 when it comes to ugly Christmas sweater season, so we'll see how that does. This needs just a little bit of like sweater shaving, shouldn't take more than a minute. It's just Abercrombie and Fitch. It's a size large, and it's a black and cream sweater dress. Again, the season isn't really there for it, but I can always put it aside and start listing that again in like September and stuff. A pair of leather boots, and they actually have like a metallic sheen to them, a lot of like detailing, like sort of stitching, braiding and stuff going up. Pointed toe, stiletto kind of style. They're above the ankle, and they are by Guess. I don't actually have that much luck when it comes to selling Guess footwear. Oh my goodness, can you see? There we go. And they are a size 8 medium. They are the Diana. Like I said, all leather. Their comps are not amazing. I'm thinking I may get like 20 bucks out of them. We shall see. I don't know why it doesn't sell for more, because it's pretty darn expensive to buy. Okay, and the last thing I'm going to show you is a set of books that I picked up. So I may read these with my boys first, and I'd never heard of this set, so I wanted to share it with you guys. So it is a Value Tales. That's, there you go, Value Tale is the series, and there are people throughout history that have done, you know, amazing things that we should read about and recognize and teach our kids about. It's kind of cool. So I actually only found 5. If you found a set of like 25, for instance, the comps on those were about $150 shipped. But set of 5, I will probably list these for around $25 with best offer and see what happens. Alright you guys, that's everything from my rummage sale haul. I know that wasn't really as exciting as it usually is. Usually I have some more stuff. Like I said, I've already sold a few pieces, which is good, and made my money back. So everything here is pure profit at the end of the day. There's nothing here I don't think that I would get less than $10 for. And sometimes you just have to roll with the punches, I think anyway. And you know, when you're trying to get a lot of stuff for cheap and to just keep you going so you don't have to source like every single week or every other day or whatever it might be, sometimes you just got to take what you can get, knowing that vintage items may take longer, or you might not get quite as much for them, for instance, but you will move them and it will keep your closet and your eBay store active, and sometimes that's the main thing, at least in my opinion. Alright you guys, thank you so much for hanging out. Don't forget to hit the like button, don't forget to say hello in the comments so I can say hi back, and if you enjoyed this video and would like to see more, or would like to stay tuned to see how these items actually sell online, please don't forget to hit subscribe and join me again. Alright you guys, I'll talk to you next time. Bye!